The way that it maps the contracts is amazing. It's really helpful.
There is no tool like this that already exists.
This interactive graph will be super, super helpful. Can save me a lot of time.
This is super cool. This one's super cool.
Really helpful. It will make us win a lot of time. I really like it. It's pretty easy to understand, straightforward.
And it would save me the hassle of, going from one contract to another and stuff like that. So, but so far it's really nice.
Just in terms of helping the auditor, this is probably one of the things we are on the track of this, because you have a link to function.
For me, the most important thing is control flow graphs.
I really like it. I like the feature.
It's really, really great, and I'm actually looking forward to use this. I really like it.
You literally have everything to start auditing a code here.
To get the visual understanding, we don't have any such tool right now in the market, as far as I know, to the best of my knowledge.
I really like it.
So it's a huge tool for auditing, and it's great. I never seen something like
being able to track only this is very helpful, because you don't want to see the entire system sometimes.
Yes, like doing a mind map. So these graphs makes it 100 times easier.
Sometimes you just want to focus on parts, analyze it first, and then probably come back and say, hey, let me see everything, let me see the whole system.
I would say mostly this graph representation of everything, it's really useful.
So I really like it. I think there's a lot of potential there, and there's definitely a gap in our space in terms of visualization of the code base.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Oh, awesome. That's great. The interface, the ease of use and stuff.
Especially when you are scanning through large code bases.
This is really good. This is extremely good, actually. I love it. So otherwise, it can, because when you're auditing a large database, it can really get messy.
And that was very overwhelming at the beginning, right?
It can get really messy. You don't understand when you
need to get into a specific contract and then dissect everything.
Understanding the protocol, if you had started from scratch, it takes you a lot of time to dive into a complex protocol. I think it takes you probably half of the audit, maybe, sometimes.
So this really makes it easier, especially since it has also
Slider integrated.
That's really helpful. You're just scanning through low-hanging fruits, so it's really helpful on that.
So you have it to see how the calls are being made, from the user through external calls, and then the subcalls inside the protocol.
Yeah, that's cool. External call. Is it free from that? I see. Lines, contract, functional relationship. It is pretty cool, honestly.
Yeah, for me, that's the most important. And that's what you have, so it's good.
I mean, this is exactly what I was doing before. I was taking basically the functions and the files themselves.
Okay, it will show that, it will show graph like that. We have to make it manually. It will show me a graph automatically.
I was drawing out tree diagrams, basically. And I would just put each file into a JSON array, and then that file into the element, and it was able to read it. But y'all are able to click, each one and load it in, which is really good.
I like it because when you study smart contract auditing, we need to install some stuff, literally some extensions, LLMS, like ChatGPT, literally read the code. It's too much stuff, right?
I have some audits undergoing, so I love this tool.
And that thing, you have everything here, literally everything you start, you literally have.
This is really built out.
Just to see all this, to understand what's happening, probably click on this, probably see the function itself, click on permit, see if everything is going okay there.
Everything to start auditing a code here.
But so far, I think it is great, and it's going to reduce the amount of time I'm going to spend navigating the code base. Give me a representation, the general overview of the project.
It's really gonna be it's gonna come in handy for me. Right now, the fact that it shows me the interactions, it documents to me, it explains to me the functions I'm looking for. This in itself is really useful for me.
I think it's amazing. because the graphs that you showing about the graphs is a little impressive for me, and it's quite easy to use.
I'm very encouraged to use it. I think it's very, very great.
Yeah, let us say these four functions. So sometimes I do want to like follow the flow of, let's say all these deposits all part of like part and parcel of what's happening here. First, it says deposit. Then if there's something to deposit, you transfer, it asks for permit, and it checks for approval and stuff like that. You know, it does on series, right? Then that will go like this and just hide the remaining of the functions. Understand?
Okay, that's impressive.
Because usually when I started a new audit, a majority bunch of time will have to be like reading through the entire code and every contract and like draw the graph, like using the maybe draw that or whatever, you know, on my own to get the whole picture of the, you know, the call stacks.
Following the call stack, this is really important. So I call this function, we call the other function, and some function can have side effects. This is also important. And if we can also identify side effect, can also be good. This is really the main thing.
That is super helpful to improve my productivity.
I think the one particular thing that I liked about the graph, the small icon that you're getting when it's an assembly code to contracts to look into much deeper, I guess. That's great addition.
I'm someone who don't like tools, like I told you. So if I'm telling you that I would use this one, it means that it's very good.
I do bounty hunting actively. I will use it and I will subscribe for it.
Amazing. Way to go. Nice, guys.